Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and about a year ago I made a video titled Nikocado Avocado Needs Serious Help, where we looked at the YouTube phenomenon known as Nikocado Avocado. I don't know how to say the tongue twister right. Ladies and gentlemen, I looked at this individual and he had some pretty questionable eating habits, some life habits, whatever you wanted to call it. Now, since then, honestly, Nikocado Avocado has not changed much at all. At least as far as the content has gone. Ladies and gentlemen, Nikocado is a very self-aware individual, and a lot of people who are worrying at this point, I feel, there is no way to fix this, okay? Nikocado Avocado has made their life choices, and now we're going to be witnessing a YouTube mukbanger that's gone off far into the deep end. Now, ladies and gentlemen, mukbanging is a very popular form of content. If you're from Asia, a lot of creators will prepare food, sit down, and eat the food. Now, mukbanging is a range, okay? Sometimes when you dip your toe into the pond, you might go to a McDonald's, you might buy a Big Mac, and you might have a Big Mac mukbang, okay? You know, little McNuggets on the side, you might even splurge and buy a sody pop. Now, that's not necessarily bad or anything, right? But when taken to its logical final conclusion, the final god of mukbanging, Nikocado Avocado shows that you can eat an entire heart attack grill menu, apparently, it seems. You can have fried chicken, and in fact, not just have fried chicken, but have what appears to be an entire menu's worth of fried chicken. And inside your new $2.3 million apartment, you can consume 10,000 calories of fire Takis. I don't really know what Takis are. I'm from North America, so all I know are Cheetos, bro, and that's pretty much what it is. If it looks like a crunchy stick with cheddar on it, that's a Cheeto to me, bro. And now you've also got situations where Nikocado is consuming what appears to be ghost pepper ramen. Now, I've watched this video, and I swear to God, I am questioning the idea of him actually mixing the ghost pepper oil into it. Really, all I can see is the fact that he's cooked these raw noodles and consumes basically all of them. There are some key interesting things that he says. Here's his take about doing manual labor, if you will. Just listen to it.
So, get your chopsticks ready. It's time to show you how to cook these things. So it's very easy. I mean, I'm struggling at labor, and I really hate cooking because it's just a form of labor, and I hate labor. Even breathing can be laborious for me.
Breathing is laborious. You know, at this point, this guy memes so hard that, you know, I'm pretty much convinced that getting healthy isn't sort of the important point. You know, anybody worrying about this individual, I don't really think you have to worry, because Nikocado doesn't really worry about himself. At the end of the day, it seems like all of this is just a meme to him, and considering labor, just wait until we get later on. It gets into like some real class warfare-y shit. But there is one more line I wanted to listen into it, just for the memes. Let's listen to this one.
I just don't have strength. I feel like my bones just disappeared. I feel like I have no muscle, which is kind of true. Here's the thing. I have gained a little bit of water weight over the years, and before I gained the water weight, I was really skinny. I didn't really have any muscle to begin with. I tried gaining muscle.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily water weight. Again, I'm glad that he puts the disclaimers in these videos that this is not medical advice, but if you consume food like this, it's not healthy for you in the long term. One of the things that always baffles me is anytime Nikocado loses like X amount of weight, the following videos will be him consuming food that's multiple times of the lost weight. It's like somebody who gets out of a rehabilitation center and the first thing to do is like, all right guys, I'm clean from crack, now let's do 20 rails and call it a day. That's not healthy. That's not what you should do. This behavior is completely off the rails. To give Nikocado a bit of positive credit over here, he does finish all of the food, and it doesn't seem like there's any wasting going on. However, for ghost pepper noodles, boy, that's quite an amazing reaction so far, and the fact that this dude's not on the ground literally firing napalm out of his butthole, that's new to me, I'm just saying. I wouldn't recommend it. That is a bad eating habit. Some would call that an eating disorder, but we'll get to that in a bit. Now, Nikocado Avocado has discovered that in order to thrive on the mukbang algorithm, you need to be able to create conflict. Because what is a good story without any form of conflict? Now, for the past several years, Nikocado Avocado and his ex-husband have basically been breaking up and coming back together faster than fucking amoebas, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to go down a little trip of what the last year has given us in the Nikocado-verse and really enjoy the content here. Nikocado Avocado, as large as his channels have gotten, has also decided to create several one Patreon, not several. It's a Patreon with several tiers. So here you can get, for $11 a month, uncensored mukbangs, not allowed on YouTube, What kind of stuff are you? Oh, foul language, sensitive topics. What kind of sensitive topics are you mixing into the food? Are you putting it in a different orifice? I couldn't tell you. Now, for $21 a month, you can get vlogs, videos about my life outside of the mukbangs, personal life updates, not allowed on YouTube, sex, behind the scenes footage, access to patron-only community. And then you get the $32 a month, right? So everything in the earlier tiers plus house tours. Imagine paying a multi-millionaire $32 a month to see their multi-million dollar houses and apartments. I mean, the rich get what? What? Health-related chats not allowed on YouTube. Medical misinformation? What do you mean not allowed on YouTube? What? And now, if you're extra avocado-y, you can get yourself $400 a month, the producer patron. Now, this, to basically be a producer, which, by the way, is a job, right? You have to pay Nikocado the privilege of being the producer. I guess producer is just a fancy way of saying I'm financing the mukbangs. Only one is remaining. It's a hot ticket item. Dude, I might start doing it. Let me get my credit card. A lot of my YouTube content isn't family friendly and has recently been hit with low ad revenue. My videos can be flagged, age restricted, or demonetized. It's partly my fault for being such a drama queen. Oops. But it's also a reflection of YouTube's new rules. This is a page where I can create what I love without the risk of being too edgy for advertisers. Dude, I don't really know how much of this I believe, considering the fact that every video that I've pretty much seen in this case has had ads running on it. That being said, though, I also don't really find this to be too out of the ordinary. You know, Nikocado is making content that definitely skirts, in my opinion, on that ad-friendly border, right? And if you don't know, the demonetization system basically steers content into an advertiser-friendly zone. And in that case, it works pretty well. I mean, YouTube's trying to avoid any other further demonetization, and this is just the system we live in. That said, though, I'm going to go back on topic. This is just something that is an entire different video discussion in and of itself. In order to scratch the crumb of the internet goatsy, I'm going to go to Orlin Holmes' channel, who's basically the husband or the boyfriend or the person who's with Nikocado and splits up with them every so often. Now I want to show you what Nikocado is up to now, to show you that this is a meme that is fully understood. Nikocado knows what he's doing. Nikocado is like a tier 1 fucking YouTuber. Listen to this.
Hi everybody, it's me, Nick Avocado. Because I eat a lot of avocados, even though I look like a blueberry today. It's just water weight. I know, it's getting out of control. Hello!
Ah, it's water weight, boys. It's water weight. Have you seen the tacky challenge we just looked at? I don't think that's water weight, bro. I'm just gonna put it out there.
I'm out of breath, I'm getting fat, and I don't know why.
I'm getting fat and I don't know why. I love this catchphrase. Nikocado Avocado has coined this into a slogan for the channel. Now again, ladies and gentlemen, just to clarify Nikocado's question here, I'm getting fat and I don't know why. Really? You don't know why? Really now, Nico? Come on now. Now I want to give you an example of how the mukbangs look like. So this is Chick-fil-A with Orlin, right? Now Orlin is one of the is the boyfriend, of course. I have to keep reiterating this because the story all revolves around this. Now, of course, what ad am I getting? Since I started, I've lost 70 pounds. Whoa! YouTube, stop already. God damn. I'm already falling down this rabbit hole, YouTube. You can't fix me, baby. Now, as you all can see, the average mukbang here consists of pretty much buying out a Chick-fil-A menu. So we're talking like 3 big sandwiches, like 3 big bastards, an entire Chick-fil-A tendy set. I guess those are extra sandwiches, a big bucket of fries, and usually you ask them what sauce you want. You know, you have it in your mind. At this point, just buy all the sauces, kids. Call it a day. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, to clarify, Nikocado is in fact sitting with the shirt off. I'm not kidding around with you. That's what we're getting into. Now, ladies and gentlemen, something interesting I find in this situation is, disclaimer, for entertainment purposes only. The information provided on this video is for entertainment purposes only. Information on this YouTube channel should not be considered as a substitute for advice from a qualified dietitian or healthcare professional. Any statements made throughout this video regarding specific dietary or nutritional information are not to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent cancer. Please consult with a physician or other healthcare providers regarding your specific needs. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you came here and took any of this advice to heart, normally I'd call that natural selection, but I have to assume that Nikocado slapped this shit in just to please the lawyers. I also think he did this just to also placate the YouTube guidelines. If you look to the right over here, YouTube says if you're posting content, this is relegated to the harmful or dangerous content policies. YouTube has said numerous things. You can't do dangerous or threatening pranks, so that's out of the question. Hard drug use. Yes, kids, you cannot do hard coke or opioids. Eating disorders. Content that praises, glorifies, or encourages viewers to imitate anorexia or other eating disorders. Look, man, I'm just going to say it like it is, bro. I think eating this much food itself could qualify as an eating disorder. Now, ladies and gentlemen, way back when I looked at Nikocado the first time, what was important was during that video, I looked towards, the early days of Nikocado, a person who was a fit, vegan-heavy individual who decided to, join the mukbang trend. And back then, Nikocado was this really likable character. And dipping the toe into that pond led to what is one of the final conclusions. This is a 10,000 calorie extreme zombie nitro Takis Fuego challenge. I assume this person's eating a crap ton of these Taki Fuegos, so much so that they're piled up to the highest heavens. If we're looking at it right now, this is what this guy is going to try and do. Just watch it right now, okay? You're looking at him prep. Look at it now.
Don't bring up Jesus, Mary, or Jeepers Creepers. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Yeah, that's where we're gotten to. And when you get to this point, ladies and gentlemen, coming back from it is not going to be an easy situation. At this point, Nikocado doesn't really care about getting better. I think for him, it's just kind of a game. And this relationship that he has is also a bit of a game too. So I wanted to dive into that just a little bit more because I feel like it's another massively hilarious piece in the situation. Now, when I said earlier that Nikocado has discovered the secret on YouTube's success, I'm not kidding with you, ladies and gentlemen. Nikocado right now through mukbangs is killing the algorithm. This is one of the biggest reasons why Nikocado probably wouldn't quit mukbangs. This is simply one of the most profitable revenue streams imaginable. All you gotta do is prep some food, sit and eat. Granted, your health comes at a cost. Granted, you have some problems in this situation, but it is what it is. Now, Nikocado, beyond mukbangs, has realized in order to craft this crazy algorithm popping experience, you have to involve conflict. And in this case, Nikocado breaks up with their ex-husband, or whatever you want to call it, boyfriend, basically their significant other, constantly on camera. And the fact that there are still people falling for it baffle me. This is why aliens need to destroy humanity, okay? We are not worthy of intergalactic travel and joining the federations. Now, if you look 5 months ago, Nikocado has said, we broke up. You can tell this dude memes when all you've got is the good old-fashioned McDonald's in the entire thumbnail. This guy's memeing with you, dude. They don't care. Of course, you might be like, wow, they broke up. Very serious situation. Yeah, they really didn't break up, though, because right after that, immediately Orlin comes back into the entire mix. We broke up. I'm eating McDonald's on a first-class flight to somewhere far, far away. Delta Airlines did not sponsor this video, but yes, I am flying first class, business class, and Delta Airlines. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, Nikocado Avocado likes to flex the wealth a whole heck of a lot, and I kind of wanted to jump into that too, because it's pretty funny. So in this one video from the April 1st, 2021, he uploads my new house tour. I bought a $2.3 million penthouse. Who's there like one girl? I think it was like Nico Lull, yeah, who bought that $2 million like apartment and everyone like gave her crap for it. This is Nikocado Avocado banking off of all of those all the mukbang rewards and finally getting an apartment. Oh yeah, YouTube must really be killing your advertisements, bro. YouTube must really be destroying you. I'm getting like double parked ads on this shit. Get out of here. Now, this is where I think Nikocado's villain arc sort of comes in, where he really tries to be one of the most unlikable people out there on the internet. Last time that I looked at him, he was kind of somewhat a humbling character. Maybe I didn't look too deep into it, but just get a glimpse of what Nikocado's view is on individuals that, have to work for a living, I guess you would say.
Oh, it's a fun show. I sit up here in my tower and watch everyone struggle and be poor. It's so entertaining. I love watching poor people. They struggle. Oh, I just need popcorn. I could sit here and watch them struggle all day. So up here in my tower, because I'm so rich, I watch all the poor people. Hi. And that's it. And then when I'm ready to go to sleep, I press the button.
You hear that one? This is why Nikocado is, like, in my opinion, like the Joker of the mukbang community. Like, he's just kind of a villain. Like, at the end of the day, the guy has, like, literally no likable personality left anymore. You know, he's like, look at all those poor people down there. I love watching the poor people, watching them struggle and squirm while all I have to do is engorge on Takis and call it a day. Ah! God, I love society. This is the kind of shit that people watch, and then you go on Reddit, right? Like right afterwards, and they're filled with entire Redditors who go crazy about how the rich are disgusting. And listen, there is work involved in this, okay? There is sacrifice to be made in the mukbang community, primarily in your health, that's for sure. But I mean, this kind of mocking, disgusting tone, like, this is why it's so difficult to sympathize with the Nikocado Avocado. You know, after watching this content for so much, after consuming myself entirely in this situation, I can't sympathize anymore. At this point, my love for Nikocado has purely switched into viewing this person as YouTube's villain, okay? This guy knows he's the YouTube villain. He knows how far he buried himself into the system. And now you might as well just embrace the meme. In a lot of cases, mukbang content has evolved where people are doing like murder mysteries while consuming large amounts of food. And you know what? Whatever. Cool. You evolve your content in any capacity. This is like the Jerry Springer level of evolve your content. We have switched from doing anything funny and positive into just, okay guys, we're going to consume a lot of food, we're going to crap on the poor, and I'm going to talk about how crappy my relationship is getting. The people that consume this unironically have nothing better, in my opinion, going on in their life. It's like you sit down, you consume this, you're probably already too lonely, in my opinion. You're just sitting at home, and this is the one glimmer that gets you through the day. It's kind of sad. And you know, guys, ladies and gentlemen, Nikocado Avocado might have found out that, you know, ruining a relationship and reconciliation may lead to a lot of views in the mukbang algorithm, but even he's not going to the point where CPS almost took our kids from us. Seafood boil mukbang. God truly has left the server, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm gonna say. This is my last video on Nikocado. I'm only making this because this man has cemented himself as the villain in YouTube, and at this point I have to perceive him as such. When I made my last video, I honestly thought that Nikocado Avocado was like on a path to kind of learn or, like, you know, basically alter their life course. Because if you proceed consuming this much food on a daily basis, the way that Nikocado is doing, yeah, it's great for YouTube views. Yeah, it's great for money. But what's the use of that money if, let's say, in 5 years down the road, you start to actually develop health complications? Look, I used to be big, not as big as, you know, like some of these bigger mukbangers, right? But I was a fairly overweight individual, and it is terrible for your health concerns. Guys, I'm talking about like bone problems. I had muscle issues. I had back problems in like my 20s. That's not okay. So literally, I'm still chubbier, don't get me wrong, like I'm still fat, but, you know, I'm considerably down from where I was, and at the end of the day, it's honestly left me healthy. When you're not packing over a crap ton of, you know, body weight to carry around, it literally does liberate and make you feel a million times better. That's the one thing that I have. Nikocado does not care about getting better. Nikocado does not need a fulfilling relationship. This is like a Bonnie and Clyde relationship. Instead of stealing cash, they're stealing calories, ladies and gentlemen, and that's pretty much what it is. I don't promote this lifestyle. I don't agree with this lifestyle, but these are two adults that are making their own choices. Now, whatever they're promoting, kind of nonsense. And that's one of the reasons why, again, I have to tell you guys, hey, listen, this is not okay, all right? Please take good care of yourself. Step away from this kind of stuff. Don't fall into the mukbang trap. The other big reality of it is since Nikocado now has fully basically embraced the villain personality, I have no sympathy for this individual. The only thing, I was worried a year ago that this guy would probably face some severe issues 5 years, 10 years down the road. But Nikocado does not care about changing, and so worrying about the situation isn't going to help. YouTube is not going to step in, and honestly, should they? I don't even really think so, okay? This guy is not out there completely violating the guidelines, because if he really was, YouTube would have probably removed this already. So the fact that he's here doing what he does, that'll forever stick around. But everybody that's concerned at this point about Nikocado Avocado should just kind of can it and move on. This guy doesn't want to learn. This guy just wants to keep running these relationship problems, these mukbang rabbit holes, and that's pretty much how the situation's going to end, ladies and gentlemen. It is not going to be a pretty situation. And Nikocado is given all the love and tender, tough loving that he has ever been given. And if he's not learning now, he's not going to learn ever, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully, at the end of this video, I hope Nikocado enjoys the spoils of all of his YouTube success and everything that he's ever done. Because the way that he's eating right now, it may be a very short run. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.